So there were two of us that were band kids. So that
okay, no, I was not. I'm not a full band kid because I was in band for like a month, and then I got out of band.
We're responding to a comment on last video that said we're all band kids, and I think only one. Like, if being in band in middle school applies, then I was a band kid.
Yeah.
And were you in band in middle school?
I don't know if middle school counts, to be honest, at all. Because then I guess I was an orchestra kid, and I would not, because I did it in 6th grade, which has been like...
I just remember the recorder.
Literally a decade ago at this point. More than a decade.
You know how there's like band kid, theater kid, all that shit? Like, where did y'all fit in high school?
No one. It was just the gamers. Not really. The gamers was a very broad.
The gamers
that all hated each other.
That sounded so.
Man, that was. Well, I did tech theater.
You have to be honest about
doing that.
I don't know.
Y'all didn't do any extracurriculars?
I guess German. I was in a German group in high school, like the club, and it's like actually like.
So you were the
there
German.
was so little. That was such a like knit group.
So you're saying you were the gamer guy in high school that was really into Germany, German history.
Just really doesn't like women in their video games, and
really cares about historical accuracy.
Really likes
who here joined the debate class and was like all like really into
we both were in debate,
like Steven Crowder for a little bit. I know. One of you talked about Steven Crowder. One of you.
Him. It wasn't me.
Did I get sued? I don't know. I remember.
You remember? I remember you.
I was into
his debate tactics.
I was into debate like from I think fucking sophomore year onwards in high school. Don't get me wrong. I was an annoying little shit in debate, but I don't know. I wasn't really into Steven Crowder.
No.
When I was really young, I was into Ben Shapiro. So that's like,
I remember you,
for me, confirmed that kids are dumb because
even then,
why the fuck did I listen to that guy?
Yeah. They're all weird. What were you saying?
My brother liked Ben Shapiro back in the day, but that was like that was when he was still quick religious.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, I could see it. No, I had a freaking teacher. I might have talked about this before. I had a teacher that told us, was like, okay, well, if you want the only, like, non-biased news source, you need to go to Drudge Report. Drudge Report, whatever.
That still makes
So I just got, indoctrinated. I need to give every kid a freaking AR as soon as they're born. I remember telling you that at one point. I was like, I think every baby should have an AR.
You were so
growing
extreme
up in Texas.mp4.
You made one of our public teachers that I knew, was pretty liberal, was like, what are you talking about? Like he was just like, you want to give everyone guns? When we were brought up the gun debate, and you were like basing that, and I was like sitting there like,
I don't know. That was better. What did the one kid say? That
was no,
he was
in front of you. I think he was in front of me. No,
what did he say? What did he say? Do you remember? It was some really yikes thing. It was like...
No, he was just transphobic. That was it. He just didn't like the idea of trans people.
Oh.
That was it.
I guess it is. He said some real... What? I don't know. He probably said it in some, offensive, weird way.
I guarantee you're just one of those people that, like, their dad really got him into politics at a young age, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Which, like you said, us growing up in Texas...
Yeah, that's literally what happened.
Yeah. But, man, I'm trying to remember, just thinking of, like, our parents. Did you guys have, like, strict parents, at least when it came to, like, video games and stuff? I have memories with you having to hide a Halo.
There was probably, like, about a month period in high school that I wasn't grounded for something. So, like... Any games I played were already under the board, if that makes sense.
Yeah. That's...
What were you grounded for? Just talking back? Or like...
Psychotic shit. I don't want to talk about it here.
Okay.
That reminds me of Red, who's been on our podcast before. I'm not going to get into anything, but he was always grounded. Like...
No, his was even worse than me. Mine would relent in like the summer months normally. But yeah, they always found something to pin that poor fucker on.
Yeah.
I don't know what started, like him being like wild or
like he was a terrible kid, but we all were.
All right, but like his parents were.
Oh yeah. It's crazy. I think the biggest thing I've learned from myself and from everyone else that has like moved out is like your relationship with your parents gets so much better when you move out because you don't have to deal with their shit on a daily basis. You just, you get to pick and choose when you see them and like,
that
it's kind of nice. I'm trying to think of any other times I got in trouble, like in particular, like,
Man, what a fucking blessed childhood you had.
Well, I know I
Jesus.
definitely was in trouble
You're
all
just
the time.
never in trouble.
I would no. It was the opposite.
Because
was
I
in
remember you
trouble a lot.
would always like talk back to your dad and
Oh
shit.
yeah, no, dude, me and my dad argued a ton. But dude, it was. I remember one time I don't remember. My parents would never let me go to the creek near your house. It took me it took me like a year or two to convince them because you and like all the neighborhood kids would like hang out. Probably you as well would hang out in the creek, like doing airsoft guns or whatever. And my parents
That
did
was
not
barely
want me
like
doing that.
a wilderness area.
Yeah,
Like
it's
sure,
not-
there was probably some shit in there, but it wasn't much.
Yeah. Dude, we made it in the woods across like sort of near your childhood house. We made a 3-story tree house. We had like all the neighborhood kids. You remember that?
I do remember
Like,
that, yeah.
Oh my gosh. And the third story was just like a single big plank of wood. And I remember me, you, and maybe someone else, like that Gabriel guy.
No,
only
it
people
was
that went
another
up.
guy.
Who
Forget his
Who
name.
would go up? I don't remember.
He lived in this little cul-de-sac place.
I have no memory of that person.
Yeah, no, it's so
unfortunately.
long
Was it
ago.
one of the Ed and Eddie kids?
It was
Eddie.
Ed. Lying motherfucker.
We had I guess what would be the percent chance of us to have 1/9? Was that a 1/9 of a chance or no?
Ed, and Eddie. So like 2 of them were homonyms.
Ed.
So like we
Oh,
each.
yeah.
So say you picked one, you had a
50.
2/3 chance of. Wait, I
Saying-
took a class for this. I should be able to break this down.
Because
So the
it was a
2/3,
2/3, but 2/3,
then
but
2/3. So
you can't just
4,
add them.
6.
Did you know that the Family Guy in an episode did the to be continued?
You have a 5/6 chance of saying the like the same.
The same name. That seems
No, am I
high,
saying that?
but
No. I did math wrong.
2/3.
No, wait, ignore me. I'm figuring it out.
We had a decent chance to say the same name and we failed, unfortunately.
It's 4/9 plus 1/6, whatever that is.
4/9 plus. Okay, that's some math right there, but we failed, unfortunately. So that's the moral of the story. Is
Hey, I'm an engineering major. I don't know arithmetic. That's what I have a calculator for. You want to tell me to integrate some shit by hand? I fucking got you.
You
You want
got
to
it.
ask me on like basic algebra? I'm probably gonna mess up.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I'm trying to think. I know you were saying that you two had been playing Space Engineers, right, or something.
That
And
game is fun.
That
you
game
were
is
like-
very fun.
Like I don't know.
I think
you wanna
Matthew
talk about it.
like growing to hate me as we play it more and more.
well, we I feel like you hate me more because I bullied you more.
You do, but I also bully you back. It's mutual bullying, really.
So,
'Cause,
yeah.
like, we have like a class system set up, right? So Matthew's an above grounder.
Oh, he's gonna make it like I'm the bourgeois, the evil bourgeois person.
But you literally fucking are. I have
do you
made
mean?
every single goddamn resource collector that we've used. And you're just over here like, oh, think of the technology that I've given you. Like, you didn't just
you act
build
like
stuff out
just
of the
because you
materials
supply
I
all the resources.
extracted.
Because you supply all
Matthew,
the
you
resources.
claim
that
to have made
makes
our
you-
power grid. You put 3 wind turbines down, 2 of which got destroyed. Meanwhile, I made
because of
6 solar
meteors.
panels and like
I
a battery
rebuilt
pack.
So okay, the fact that I got destroyed 3 times, I built them back 3 times.
Oh
and
wow,
then,
that's so difficult.
Well, I'm just saying
Man, how hard was it to get those
I'm just trying to
resources
say
to build that?
that, like,
how hard
although
was
you
it to
grab
get all
the-
those?
the
Oh,
materials,
wait,
I do
you
all
grabbed
the other
them-
stuff.
You grabbed them after I got the resources and processed them. So you're saying you,
act like
held left mouse
This is a
button
chicken
down.
before the egg situation. You can't get the resources if I don't turn it into other stuff.
I'm saying that it's very easy to just turn it into other stuff,
Well, it's
whereas
ver-
it's much more difficult.
I
to,
mined my whole mountain in my own game. I know how to do it. I've just been.
You know how to, but you didn't. I have
I
no
guess,
doubt that
sure.
you're able to mine, Matthew, but the fact is that you don't. So he's the evil bourgeois upper class who uses all of the resources that I make, that I mine.
I'm
don't know what I just
I'm gonna
opened up.
do Cullen's U, but it's good. It's a bit like it'll be like a PragerU but of our universe, and I'll be like explaining how like actually everything that you say is wrong, and I'm actually right about all the things that all my takes are,
and how like you should like
and that the
get in a
lower
straight
people are
marriage
actually
and
the
have
real
8 kids.
people with privilege.
Yeah, you know, really.
Because
You
you're the
can't
one
afford
getting the
stuff.
privilege to do the hard labor.
I mean, because
you
when
should
you
be
think about it,
privileged.
you're getting these government handout. I don't know where to go from there. I just wanted to make fun of PragerU.
Because Space Engineers is just obviously like, how would you describe it? Like almost like
It's
Minecraft.
It's like
but in
Minecraft.
space.
Elements
a bit
of
of like
space engineering.
Factorio.
It's like Tech It, but in space.
It's for me,
Yeah.
it's like Factorio
Oh, okay.
in space, but like I don't know, with Minecraft cube building, it's pretty cool because like it's actually open ended because it's not like, oh, okay, this is a iron deposit. Place your iron collector over it. It's like, okay, there's a chunk of rock that has iron in it. Figure out how to excavate it and move that. So it's like very open ended.
The third dimension really helps with stuff because I will say that they could have lacked on like the planet generation, but like the planet itself is pretty cool. Like the terrain and everything
they did a
is
pretty good job there.
like they have different biomes. Like there's a savanna, there's like a tundra area, there's like a grasslands area.
Now I just want to play Space Engineers. Matthew, you want to get out of here?
I would love to.
So you guys can go argue some more.
Yeah.
It's mainly about the drill. The drill is the funniest part because I will say he's talking about that about efficiency and how he's the only one gathering resources. But I will say, in the time it took for you to build that drill that's supposed to give us so much resources, you could have built like 16 drills that just go down that would have gathered like so much resources.
Bullshit. What? No. You're saying that 16 drills would be lower in cost than one drill, 2 rotors, a piston, and some conveyor tubes?
I'm just, but the time though, the time it took.
No, and the time it'd take to get the materials for like 16 goddamn drills. Probably like, I don't know, I could have made 3 of those cycling
But
drills.
you don't need to make them all at once. I'm just saying like, make one drill, place and drill as deep as you can. Just do it again over and over. Just take the same
See, Dan's
drill.
thinking the long term, right?
I am.
The longer you guys
Matthew
play,
has a small
the more
brain.
and more
He has a small,
I admit, in the
dwarf
long
size
term,
brain.
his fucking Euclidean geometry fucking thing he's doing right
So
now.
I stole this design off of Reddit where it's 2 arms that rotate, and you have the ratio of the rotation speeds be an irrational number so that like there will be no long running order. So effectively, it'll randomly cover every single point on a circle of radius, whatever the fuck the length
It's the
of the
most heated
two.
I think I've been with Daniel in like years.
Yeah, no, it really is. I don't get mad all that much anymore, and
But
like,
dang, Space Engineers, man.
no, Matthew brings
Space
it out of me. It's something with his face.
just-
We do unite on our hatred of wolves though. That is
Yeah,
something
fuck
we will never.
wolves.
We will always be super cooperative when the wolves show up.
Yeah, we will be like killing each other, and if wolves show up, we'll drop everything.
So the conspiracy is that the wolves aren't real, and it's just a problem that Matthew is making up to
To
like,
unite us secretly.
yeah.
You're
like-
the third party who just wants to grift, so you're gonna sell like conspiracy theories and I don't know, fucking vitamin supplements.
Oh, dude, yeah, TTG vitamins.
You know, I think the
coming
drill
soon.
has a mind of its own because it's killed Matthew.
Oh,
like,
it has
multiple
killed. Literally, I
times.
went next to it and went and just like hit me. Like it doesn't like anyone but him.
Yeah,
I've learned that the hard way.
Dan
that's
has-
why you should leave the drill.
That's why the drill has made me
in it.
laugh so hard I've cried like several times. One, because it killed me randomly. One, because his first one was like in the cave going "Arr!" and like slamming into the wall, and he was like, "It's fine, it's working." I'm like, Daniel, this is why it's making all those banging noises. It's because he has the velocity.
It's trying to escape. Something in the drill is trying to escape. He's put what is those things like that like they make in like Mexico and stuff where they put like insects in those like jumping beans so they're just
I found
permanently
out
trapped.
with the way that I don't know, the way that damage works in Space Engineers, if it's below a certain speed, it doesn't matter what speed you're at. So like you can slam stuff into walls pretty normally.
Oh, it's just
It
fine.
doesn't the health doesn't go down of the
Yeah, no,
object?
it's like a breakpoint thing, so it needs to be above a certain velocity or
Okay.
force, and then it starts taking damage. But as long as you're below that, you're fine.
Oh my
It
gosh.
does look hilarious though.
That yeah.
I just want to play with more people because like it is like the more you play with, the more you can do. Like, you can get a bigger ship, and like someone can. You could do that thing that we talked about in Pulsar, where like you can have someone man the guns.
Hey, if you
Yeah.
ever feel like playing Space Engineers,
I'm
just-
getting real heated in the middle of the
You can be-
Matthew.
you can be the middle
and
class.
Civil War.
You could be the merchant class
Yeah,
because
you can.
there is factions and trading.
I'll
but,
make
like-
you a ship, and you can just like I don't know, play Star Citizen in Space Engineers and just do merchant runs.
See, in that other game, there's another game called Pulsar that is like I think a lot more of like a bite-sized maybe experience of what you would get from Space Engineers, where it's like 6 hours. But yeah, what I like about that is one person can just be the brain dead gunner, which is what I would always do. I would just shoot the turrets, and then people that wanted to do crazy engineering stuff would
Well,
do.
no,
the
that's
crazy
basically what we're
complicated stuff.
doing. Like, Matthew's taking on the brain dead construction worker role, and I'm doing the actually thinking resource collection role.
Who had the idea, by the way, to start digging a cave so we can start building stuff in drills in the first place? That was my idea.
Yeah,
I
and
taught.
Do you know?
Forget
Do
that
you know
I
what
taught
our
you
drill
you
is?
everything
Our drill
you know.
is outside now because it's fucking impossible to run a circular drill without excavating the entire underground.
Fair enough.
I did not know what I was unearthing.
Yeah,
I didn't.
By bringing up space engineers.
I just want to be acknowledged as well. Is all I want. Daniel wants to think less of me. I want us to be equals.
Matthew, you literally set yourself up as like the
No,
upper
you.
class echelon.
Okay, to be fair, if this is like a Minecraft perspective, there would always be the people that would do everything of Minecraft besides the mining. Like mining was like, so like
Yeah, and that's what his bourgeois ass is doing
That's
to
what I'm
me.
saying. Like, although mining is the most important part because that's the fucking resources, I'm still doing a lot of the other stuff. I'm placing the blocks down, making sure we have fucking space. I literally, at one point, we didn't have like the right ore to make like giant ass cargo containers. So we have this one that only gives us like a couple thousand space. I just kept building them horizontally, and it was like this fucking row of like chests.
That was the derpiest looking thing. It was so weird.
oh my gosh, man. Speaking of video games that we've been playing, I've been playing like 5 or 6 hours so far of the new Pokemon Legends Arceus apparently it's pronounced Arceus in English, but like if you watch Arceus, I don't know. But that game
It's not like Pokemon God.
it is. It's like the god of Pokemon or whatever, but
Is it the god? They haven't seen. It's a.
Do they have Abrahamic God in the Pokemon universe?
that's why a lot of people didn't like
Is
it.
Ash
It was,
saved?
is he baptized? But
I don't think Ash is baptized.
probably
Is there an
not.
He's
afterlife in
burning
the
in hell
Pokemon world?
right now.
I don't know. I mean, well, there's ghost Pokemon.
There are. I feel like that
There's ghost
implies
Pokemon, but there's also a
the existence of
graveyard.
an afterlife.
There's like Pokemon graveyards.
Is there a sex
and
offender
stuff.
registry in the world of Pokemon?
Mr. Mime exists, so yeah.
Okay.
Mr. Mime is so creepy. Oh my gosh! But the new
Do you
Pokemon
think that
game.
Ash's mom was fucking Mr. Mime?
No,
What?
I don't.
Okay, but
Oh, 'cause they had one.
You never see Ash's dad, and you see
Are you
the
saying
mom
Ash
living
is
alone
half
with an.
Pokemon, Daniel?
I mean, he's really good with Pokemon.
I don't
He's
think Pokemon
really
and
good
humans
with
can
Pokemon.
make babies
How do you know that? Why do you
It's a
think
hot
that?
take, Holden.
because they. Have you ever seen one?
Did you know that in terms of human Pokemon compatibility, Vaporeon is the coolest pet to have? It connects with its owner really well.
I think one of my mods on my
Ditto.
my YouTube
Just saying.
have some copy pasta of whatever you just said, the Vaporeon copy pasta, and I've seen a couple other people copying that and changing their bio into that. I think there's like 2 or 3 people.
Wait. What's the whole Vaporeon thing? I don't even
It's
know.
like Vaporeon's the most breedable Pokemon ever because of these 10 reasons. It's like a whole essay.
It's like a gross out thing.
I figured. I learned about a Warhammer lore thing today that I did not need to know.
Demonoculva?
Is that? Yeah, exactly. I think that's exactly. I thought it was Demon Kielbasa.
Matthew, your cursed knowledge brain is like this. It's small like a peanut. Mine is large and strong like an elephant testicle.
But yeah, no, honestly, I was like, Warhammer, it's just going to be like something gory, right? It's not. It's way worse.
Yeah, no.
Oh
is.
no.
It involves birth.
I'm
I
gonna put this on you to see whether you can want to continue or not.
No, I don't
I
want
don't
to.
know.
I don't want to.
Okay.
Fuck
Well,
that.
I'm gonna go
not-
back to Pokemon then.
Yeah, let's talk about
the new Pokemon Legends
Vaporeon.
Arceus game, not Vaporeon.
Yeah, Vaporeon.
The new Pokemon game is really really fun, but it looks like ass. Like the game is like the most ugly looking game I think I've seen in quite a while.
You know, I can never take complaints like these seriously because I had such a shitty PC for so long. Like, I don't know, any graphics that get the point across are good graphics.
I mean,
to me.
so
But this
yeah.
one's bad. This one's really bad.
Dude,
like
people
how
are
bad?
comparing
Is it like
to
art
like
style bad or just low poly bad?
both. Well, like overall, like it's
Because art style
sometimes
bad,
are pretty.
like,
But like the textures are like worse than like 2006. Like what Elder Scrolls game came out to? I don't know. I keep seeing screenshots of people comparing.
I mean,
Oblivion?
Is it only
Like,
Switch?
It is.
Are you talking about the old Skyrim game or just Skyrim? Are you talking about Oblivion?
Oh, maybe I think I'm pretty sure Oblivion looks better than this. But like, so either way, the game is like super fun because it's super unique and fresh. So it doesn't matter that it's like ugly, but it is but
I've heard
ugly,
people say
and it
it's
just
boring,
sucks.
but that's just like
People
takes.
say what?
I've heard takes that it's boring, but like that's
It's
other
boring.
people.
I don't think so.
Does it play like a Pokemon game? It's
So
probably boring if that's
it's
How much water does it have?
Slightly different. It's instead of like normal Pokemon, it's you're actually like going around and like in a world, and they're like actually free roaming, and you have to like craft like materials. So you have to craft your Pokeballs and stuff, and you have to like actually catch certain Pokemon more than once, like in order to like I don't know get the Pokédex thing. I don't know. It's a breath of fresh air, which is why
They have to get
I
them
got
multiple
it.
times.
Like, so how the Pokédex works now is before, if you caught a Pokemon, that was completed in the Pokédex. But now you're trying to, like, do research on the Pokemon. And so, like, they'll have different challenges. So it'll be like, okay, catch it a couple times or see it using a certain move.
Do you think in the Legend of Arceus they'll have moral like choices and multiple endings based on whether or not you like go really dark with your research
Just
on Pokemon?
murder as many Bidoofs as possible.
Well, I
my
mean,
God.
that's a moral obligation.
like a
but I'm more
personal bias,
talking like,
Holden.
vivisections and shit like that.
In
In a Pokemon game to really add a breath of fresh air to the
breath of-
content and the world itself. It could be really good lore building, kind of like how a lot of like kids shows will have like a fucked up backstory. You can establish the fucked up like Pokemon backstory.
I want like a 7 style movie in the Pokemon universe with a serial killer that kills all the 7 deadly sins.
And that could be the Vaporeon. Like, how many
what
Eevee
Pokemon-
evolutions are there?
He just kills every type of Vaporeon there is.
No, there's
he
different
just
Eevee evolutions.
kills 7 Vaporeons and says that they all fill the sins. All right, but like
they're
which
all-
Pokemon, goes to which sin, so we know which kind of
There's a kissing one. That's the lust one, right?
last one.
Is there a kissing one, or am I wrong? There's a licking one.
There's
Licky
Lick
Tongue,
Tongue.
Lick Tongue.
There's there's Jinx.
That might be what's the eating one?
What's the
Gluttony.
one that everyone makes
Or-
Rule 34 of?
Vaporeon.
That is
Guard-
a lot of them.
Gardevoir or whatever?
Yeah.
The humanoid one? People like
Again,
made a lot
that's a
of
lot of them.
But
Yeah.
Do you know how much Nintendo furry baits? It's like not even funny. Well, I mean it is funny.
I mean, they're okay. Okay, this is one of the few times I don't know if it's furry bait as much as it is they are like animal creatures, and the internet is just furry.
the only thing I will say is furry bait is
I don't
Zootopia.
think that they're all furry bait, but I
'Cause,
think
like,
that there are some certain Pokemon which you can't convince me aren't like furry bait.
But furry bait, I think more just like, oh, let's make a purposely cute thing so we could sell merchandise. I am almost guaranteeing you that no one in Pokemon has purposely made a decision in Pokemon for there to be more Pokemon porn.
I disagree.
They
are.
like Zootopia. I could see that being furry bait.
I mean, I
but
don't know.
like,
How is this not furry bait?
I don't know. I'm not a furry. I don't fucking know.
I'm not a furry, and I can tell that shit's furry bait.
I thought you were gonna say I'm not a furry, but I gotta tell this shit's hot as hell.
like
But oh, by the way, in that Pokemon Arceus game, you have a cell phone. It's olden times, and apparently you get teleported, time traveled into this world, and your phone turns into like an Arceus cell phone, and God is literally speaking to you through your phone. Like the Arceus, it's all like cryptic.
Are you gonna get like arrested for thinking you're crazy because you think the equivalent of God is talking to you on your
Dude,
phone?
It was kind of funny because you're dressed in like a t-shirt and shorts, and everyone's like dressed in these like old, like, like Asian inspired or, whatever. I don't know the culture. And they're all just like, dude, what are you wearing? Like, because you're wearing literally like a graphic tee, like, and like t-shirts.
Wait, are you going back in time or forward?
You go back in time.
Oh.
So that's why it's literally like.
Oh,
a
it's like an
Pokeball.
old phone. It's like an ancient phone. When did you get the Arceus phone?
Well, so you had a phone on you, and then you like, I don't know, time travel randomly backwards, and your phone turns into like a phone with an Arceus phone case on it, pretty much. And it's like the only thing you can do is like look at your map and speak to God, like. Like, or not, you can't speak to God.
That sounds
God
like a
can
good
speak
Christian
to
phone.
you. It's a good Christian game. This is how they're getting
Very
the Christians to like
They're
Pokemon.
going for that
could-
that audience.
If your religion just like allowed you 24/7 to just call God, I feel like that'd be a very popular religion.
Well, what was that Temple OS? We watched there's a really good Down the Rabbit Hole video, which check out his YouTube channel.
Some like schizophrenic Christian guy who made like an OS.
Yeah, he made an operating system that he used to like pray and like stuff like that, and didn't he end up like
I don't know. I don't know.
Not a good ending for him, but it was just very fascinating. Yeah, because he like rewriting an entire operating system. So like Windows, Linux,
That's
Mac,
hard.
Temple OS.
Okay, speaking of bad graphics, by the way, do you know that game that came in 2021 called the Popeye game on Switch? Have you heard about
Popeye
that?
game?
There's a Popeye game, and it looks so bad. It looks like a Gmod like gameplay. Like someone just put a bunch of assets into Gmod and made a Popeye game out of it. Because all the game is you run around this map that looks like a terrible island asset flip of an island, and these guys run up to you and punch you, and you ragdoll or you ragdoll them, and that's the game.
That's the game.
That's the game.
How much is the game?
Like $15, but still.
15.
That's a lot for
Who the fuck spends $15 on a branded game? Like, if you're gonna get me to play an advertisement, I want that for free.
Also, Nerf made a shooter last year, and people are pretty sure it was just so they can have the license to make games or something like that.
Oh, like keep it up. Dude, I had, when I was a kid, I had a Nerf DVD that you would play, and I don't know how, dude, but I don't know if it had a sensor. I don't know how it knew this, but you had to shoot actual Nerf bullet, like guns at your TV, and it would somehow know if you hit or not hit. I don't know. Maybe my dad was in the background pressing a button on the remote to secretly make it work. I don't know. I don't know.
You
how
could
it knew that.
absolutely, because those all have like very similar. What do you call it? They have like rings on the end of the gun, and you could probably tell like what exactly type of gun that is. Then you know its diameter, and then if you know its diameter, its deflection could tell you at what angle, like exactly.
But
that
how?
is, like,
What's
pointing at.
analyzing it, though? Like how does the
Well,
DVD?
It's like a connect. I thought you said this was a
You
connector.
said it was
No,
like
it's a
DVD player.
DVD.
This is-
Oh,
So I don't remember if there was an additional sensor that I'm just not remembering,
There might have
or
been.
what. I'm missing some part of the puzzle in my memory, but
maybe DVDs
It was-
just have cameras and we don't know about them.
yeah, maybe it was just.
I thought you were like not getting how like a connect.
Oh.
worked.
I saw
I'm
something
sorry.
on TikTok where it was like obviously like one of those fake spooky videos, but it was someone being like, oh, like, you know, one day this guy opened up his Connect and like he saw something in the background, like those freaking goblin sighting videos that you show us on YouTube, where it's like
Goblin
top
sightings
10
are
goblin
funny.
sightings.
Goblin sightings are funny, and you
just
can't
like-
change my mind.
The Goblin
about
one I
them.
think is just popular because ghosts and like zombies, I guess, or werewolves, Sasquatch, those have been popular for a while. Or UFO, alien shit. But everyone's like, it's a goblin. Like
goblin.
Where did you go to that conclusion?
Yeah.
Like there's 1,000 other things I could think of that it might be. Like even like things that aren't real. But like why goblin?
Because
It's a little goblin creature. My favorite one is there's a guy like running through the street and like the guy's just like why didn't he go talk to anyone? I'm like, it's in the middle of the night. Like why would you talk
Yeah,
to them? They're playing basketball on the street, just let them be.
Yeah, those are my freaking my girlfriend's family. Last time we went over to her parents' house, they were watching one of those paranormal like just ghost sighting like, you know, videos.
Were you doing like a
or
little dance
whatever.
there? Like, I thought it was gonna be like a dance number.
Yeah, just break out and dance. But yeah, one of those TV shows where it's like, oh, there was a, you know, they were in a haunted hotel and the door like creaked open and like, and then they're like all freaking out and they're like, what could it be? Could this be like UFO? And then like her dad started going on about how like Bigfoot is real because like there's alternate dimensions and like he comes in and out of alternate I don't know, dude. But like,
Okay, I don't want to like dox that family, but doesn't he work in like a high like a tech like a very
like a tech related thing. I mean, to be fair, I don't see there are dumb smart people all over the place, right? Like I'm gonna turn it political here for a sec,
but all you need to do to get proficiency in a skill is memorize something, and all you need to do that is a lot of time like repeating the things that make something work. And if you keep doing that over and over again, you will get knowledge in that one specific area. So like just because someone can do that for one area of their life doesn't mean that they've done it for all areas of their life.
Yeah.
Because like the assumption that smart people will tend to be smart in other areas assumes that they have like actually, put this kind of thought into other parts of their life, which
Yeah.
I mean, I guess
they
there's
might not have.
for every like take or like group or organization on the internet. There's moderators for it. So I guess you're right. Like
There's what?
moderators, like people that would know how to build a website for that. So like there's going to be like.
Well, yeah, like it's literally like. Well, also like. You can, I don't know. There's also, just smart people that like fall into weird conspiracy. I mean, it's like, I guess, and there's nothing wrong with someone believing in like Bigfoot, right? Like, I guess like there's nothing inherently.
Those are like harmless conspiracy theories. It's when you start getting to like the government is a pedo ring, and the only way to solve this is to blow up, fucking.
And don't get vaccinated
TBC buildings. Yeah, shit like that.
If you get vaccinated, like children are dying or something.
I feel like flat Earth is getting annoying. Because that was like really like low. Like I remember learning that in 5th grade, and now it's like obvious to know that people think that the Earth is still flat now because there's so many people, and it's like getting really ridiculous. And like there's been several experiments, and they'll get them wrong, but they'll be like, but
yeah, and then they'll just move the goalposts.
My favorite's like, okay, what if you just fly a plane over there? And it's like, oh, they tried it, but what happened? It's this effect where you fly. And you just appear going the other direction.
It's like, okay, let's test this. Let's like go. Like that's an easy, provable. But that's the problem with conspiracy theories. Like, I mean, you taking it back to
they're
stuff,
not like rational.
Yeah, like you can look at. There can be all the scientists. Like I don't know if you guys have heard. I'm sure Matthew, just because we watched the Phil DeFranco show, but the freaking everyone's like protesting Spotify for like not doing anything about Joe Rogan and all his vaccine misinformation and COVID misinformation. So like a bunch
I didn't watch this show. Ever, but like I remember being exposed to him through like cultural osmosis.
Who?
Like, what's he doing with vax stuff?
Who, Joe Rogan?
Joe Rogan, yeah.
He's really like.
Well, he just hosts a lot of people that are also skeptical about it, and he goes like, "Well,
okay, well, not even skeptical. He like, what was that? Like, he said some doctors that like have had their medical. Don't they like have their medical licenses removed?
I think so. I don't know that specifically, but I know they're controversial.
Yeah,
doctors.
but like overall, Joe Rogan's one of those people where he's like, well, I'm young, so like I think it's like it's I don't need the vaccine, like, and it's like it's also like a little bit beyond that, right? Like when he got COVID, he was doing the human version of ivermectin because there was a lot of fake news, and I think I fell for it a little bit that he was taking the horse dewormer. He was taking the human version of the horse dewormer, but that is not anything to do with helping COVID, right? So like you do everything besides
ivermectin feels more like a political litmus test than like a COVID treatment option, because the only fucking reason you would take ivermectin is if you're a Republican and you've heard other Republicans or conservatives, I guess, let's say, and you heard other conservatives, say to take it, because it's just not the kind of thing that would pop out to you as something to treat viruses unless you listen to the group think about it, because it's not made for that.
He recently got in trouble because he posted a political compass meme, which is fair because I also go to that subreddit sometimes and enjoy some of the memes there. But the whole purpose of that subreddit is there's people from basically every political alignment. And I mean every. I've seen some yikes sub posts there. And this was one of those more yikes ones where it was like this whole thing. It was like a workmen, strong men, weak men. It was like something like that on all the 4 quadrants. And of course, strong men was alt-right, which is like, the more Republican, like authoritarian one.
Yeah, like the fucking.
It was just weird. It was just weird. And like weak men was lib left, haha, because like they're the SJWs and like.
Okay, but that just sounds like throwing shit. Like, where does he get yikesy?
Well, I think it's just the fact that like you could tell he maybe like shared that one in particular because he saw him in a category that made him look good.
I do think it's just he's showing
that
a bias.
Like base. Oh no, I need to like be a strong man. Like, I fucking swear to God, there's no people more insecure with their masculinity than those people that insist that we need strong men. They want strong, burly men, guiding the country, grabbing their hand on the wheel and moving it forward.
You got real like sensual there with your description. I don't know why.
That's why
alpha and beta. Fucking H3H3 got called an omega by one of the guests on Tim Pool Mail. And then they did a whole bit where they were like, okay, what's omega? And when you look it up, there's multiple definitions of omega male. So it's like, it doesn't mean anything.
Well,
dude,
I mean, just saying that entire like study. That's so fucking dumb that
I'm an
people
Omicron
believe in
male.
the what is it, Greek letter male like shit.
But then you
because
can't keep
that
adding things.
is like a misused extension of a wildlife study that was disproved.
Yeah.
But like people still have it because they want to be able to say, "Oh man, look at me, I'm so cool. I'm
we've had
better
this
than
conversation.
fucking everyone else."
Yeah, I know. Yeah, dude, I guess it just keeps popping up because we talked about it last episode.
I probably should have knew to come to this. I just want to get more into the fact that like they're coming up with multiple now.
Okay, we need to make.
Wait,
a new
they're
one.
making more?
We need
Well,
to make a new
Omicron
one.
is a good
I
one.
thought like it capped out at like Sigma, and then the
Omicron?
internet
Did you say
realized they were
Omicron?
ridiculous.
It's
That's the
COVID.
COVID variant.
Well,
You said
that's the
COVID.
joke. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Oh,
there's
so okay. What's a new? We got what's
I
a
know-
letter that hasn't been used?
Theta. Is Theta one?
No, leave that one for
I wanna know
like
Delta.
degrees and stuff.
Kappa.
No, leave that for change.
I'm a Kappa male.
I don't know what Kappa goes to. You can have that one.
I'm a.
I think Kappa's just K, right?
Yeah.
That's high enough for me.
That's
Well,
I'm a
no, you want to
xylem
be
male.
closer to A because that's where the alphas are.
well, but
Epsilon. I'm an epsilon. That's E. Haha. I beat you guys. Haha.
You're,
I'm
That's what it means.
I'm a zeta male.
I'm a.
It's Z, which is the last.
What would
letter,
you
but
imagine if this hierarchy
Secretly.
worked as it is? What would you put in the Zeta male category?
A snail.
It's not even.
No, like a human. We're
Well, you
not-
didn't specify that.
like a slug.
Yeah.
Like a
All
slug.
right, but like Matthew, it's clearly not alphabetical because Sigma males
Oh,
are
yeah.
like
Are
are not even on the fucking hierarchy.
yeah,
and they're at
their
S,
own
which is
thing.
nearly at the end of the goddamn alphabet.
That's a good point. What's the point? It's literally just them like doing that like imagination game thing where it's like, well, my bullets. I have
My male form is stronger than your male form.
I have bullets that go through your armor. Well,
Well, I have an armor
Or-
that goes through armor.
I have also a shield that not only blocks it but also reflects it at you, and it makes it double damage.
Oh, but I have a force field that
Man,
that
y'all are
absorbs
just
it.
playing.
And, that's what we did as kids. That's just like a
Yeah, no, we had a whole setup there.
Yeah, like
We
oh my
were
God.
like villains
Fucking
and
Lord.
shit.
Oh,
We were
gosh,
villains.
I know. I remember.
You were
we like,
Dr.
trying to
Evil.
set up-
I don't even
Oh,
remember my name.
Oh yeah, when we were in
Did
elementary
you see Austin
school,
Powers, or did you just pick Dr. Evil
I had
because it's an
not.
obvious name?
I just picked Doctor. Yeah,
That's
when we,
definitely
when we,
something a kid
when
would
we
do.
were a kid in elementary school, yeah, we played these imaginary games, and yeah, I was Doctor Evil because that was a great name that
I was Techno Ray. I remember
Techno Ray.
my childhood superhero name.
Oh my gosh! And then
yeah.
I remember also what else?
I was Sonichu at the time. Do you remember that?
You were Sonichu.
I was not part of this game
You-
at all.
yeah,
I just
no.
wanted to say like that.
I don't know, every time people talk about
He just wants to feel included.
I honestly feel bad. I don't want to bring up Sonichu. at
Yeah,
all
we're
anymore.
gonna
Yeah.
move on.
Yeah, I
Uh,
don't
That just
even,
makes
like-
me sad.
do you remember when we all collected acorns and we put it in this abandoned? What would you call that? There was
Yeah,
like
that shack.
there's
No,
a
I remember
shack.
throwing myself against the shack door, like literally the entire recess until it broke open, and then all the teachers were like, "What the fuck are you doing? Get away from there!" That place, that shack was so full of acorns. Like this was easily decades worth of acorns. It went up to your fucking waist.
That's-
There's nothing even in there. It's not even like a storage shed.
I remember we were always talking about. I think what it used to be was a vending, like where you would buy snacks if you were going to like elementary, middle school, like baseball or
Soccer
kickball
games.
games, soccer, yeah, or basketball. I
Remember,
guess.
we're one of those
I-
like middle
really-
school kids came out of school and went straight to our playground and started sniping kids one by one with their airsoft guns.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, I remember one of the gym coaches like then started sprinting out. Like they took it like super seriously.
Well, yeah,
think
because
they-
you could take someone's IO with that.
yeah, and I think
Those
was
kids-
that no, they're
What,
obviously
what do you
school
think was going to
shootings.
happen in that situation?
Well, yeah, because especially like in the age of like school shootings, like
I want to know how far they got, or did they even
I
like
think
notice them?
I assume they got caught.
Well, they definitely got caught, but
I didn't even hear about it. This is my first
I
time.
don't remember
hearing about
when it was, but during some class, yeah,
I don't
there
think it was
some,
our grade. I don't think we were in.
Are you
recess. It
sure
was another.
people didn't just make this up?
But yeah, no, there was some like middle school. I don't know. We were in elementary, so I think there were some middle schoolers. Yeah, definitely shooting airsoft bullets at some kids. Like I guess at recess.
And that's like a little shit level above even where most middle schoolers are at.
Dude, the woods near our elementary school was awesome. There was like a rope swing in there. I wonder if that's like still there, like a tire swing to like, or rope to cross the creek.
I was such a little bitch back in the day. The teacher said not to do that.
To go into the woods?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I don't
while
think we were
listened to
allowed-
them.
Yeah,
I'm sad about that. I don't know why I broke down a door, but then listened when they said
because
don't
that's
go
in the
woods.
perimeter of the. That's the perimeter of the.
No one even told me to stop.
This
I
school-
spent 30 minutes slamming my shoulder into a door, and not a single person told me to stop, which looking back on it, man, that must have been a chaotic
The only thing I
fucking
remember-
playground.
I think the worst thing I did as a kid was in preschool. I took someone's Play-Doh and ran around the table and room until he started crying.
You're the reason hell exists.
No,
I will never forgive whatever teacher that was, that when we made our own trading cards, where we would all just like literally just make trading cards that like just whatever we wanted. It
Yeah,
wasn't
we just
a game.
made trading cards.
Yeah, we traded them. You know, someone make cool art, and then that'd be worth like a very valuable card because everyone wanted it. Some freaking bitch of a teacher stole mine because she didn't like that we were playing with them and never gave them back.
a teacher.
What a miserable
bu-
asshole.
I know.
What a terrible
A teacher
person.
told me I couldn't have behemoth in my essay because it wasn't a real word. I still think about that.
Behemoth.
Yeah.
You know,
I
you
remember-
told me about that, and I still think about that sometimes.
It was either that or Colossus or something. Because I remember
Well, I don't think Colossus is a
Colossus
word.
is a word.
Is it?
it's Shadow of the Colossus.
It's,
But isn't that like a proper
That could be. That means that's to be fair. that
name,
is.
like some name? I don't know.
okay, I more hold it's a word that you can recognize, therefore it's a word. But I know that's obviously not what
It was
the way
one of
the
those
teacher
two.
would have.
It was one of those
meant
two,
it.
but they're both words at least.
Okay, well, ja could be a word.
But no one recognizes that but you.
Why
so
are you
it's
why are you
not.
suddenly not on my side about this anymore?
I overall am still on you. Well, it depends on if your memory is correct or not.
Well, yeah, I guess you're maybe you that one time you guys were making trading cards. Maybe you're putting like swastikas you didn't know about the whole
I
time.
am pretty
but you just
sure I
remembered
would
it
know if
differently.
I was
You don't
drawing
know though.
swastikas
That's like 10
onto
years
my
ago,
trading
isn't it?
cards.
Holden?
Yeah, it might have been a
Memory
while.
changes a
On the
lot
trading
back then,
cards.
I
doesn't
don't
it?
think so. You know,
Okay,
I don't
well,
think
that's
there
two
were.
against one, so
Well,
there's-
I don't know. Memory could be a very unreliable thing.
No,
Holden.
wait, actually, I do remember,
So-
what was
so-
it? Like, some kid who, like, he dressed
we
up as
named-
Sonic, like, every day. That was Matthew, right? You remember that?
Oh yeah, and then that's when your Sonic shoe stuff.
Oh
came.
yeah,
that's
I
what
went
it-
through a really strong Sonic phase. I do remember that. Yeah.
I was expecting you to say, no, what the fuck, and then go, oh, look, it's 2 versus 1, and you just rolled with it.
Matthew is a proud Sonic shoe fan.
He is.
Uh,
He wears his pride on his heart on his sleeve.
Man, I don't know. Oh, I know. We had before we end this podcast, we had one question. I just remembered off the top of my head.
the question, Holden?
It was by
Tell us
Poppy
your
Cars,
question.
which thank you, Poppy Cars, for asking a question.
Thank
I
you,
wanted, like,
anyone who
double check.
comments. You're
Yes,
cool people.
and I know we've had some new people here too, like tuning in and stuff like that. Especially from the growth we've had on the Time to Grind stuff. So for all new people here, you guys are dope. Like
10K
yeah,
for
we're doing-
10K for Holden.
Woo!
Be
Oh, yeah,
happy.
freaking-
He got 10K on his channel.
I'm already about to hit 12K, dude. It's crazy.
That's 2 more K.
It's yeah. It's like
was-
HD. No, I don't know.
That's 4K.
Okay, so here was the
Fucking
question.
fool.
Poppy Cars. So if you could get, we kind of talked about this on a previous thing, so I definitely want to spin it in a certain way. But if you could get off-brand powers, what would it be? So rules: no popular powers. It has to be weird. For example, an off-brand power could be creating sounds from your hands or something. So I like the way Matthew phrased it off camera. Was what would be a power that like is obviously like there's a limit or something. Like it's like a off-brand. So like you could be invisible, but only like 50% of people actually like.
All right, I got one.
Can't see. Okay, shoot.
You have super strength, but it's only in one muscle group at a time. So like you'll have really jacked pecs, and like if you move the rippedness to your pecs, like the rest of your body will return to whatever your base level is at.
My mind
Oh my
went
gosh.
immediately to that stupid meme where it's like standing here. Like that Metal Gear Revenge and someone punching the buff guy.
Yeah.
So if someone comes at your chest, you can just buff your chest real quick.
Oh my god.
Or like
And
get
when you gotta
fucking
return the
abs
blow,
of
you
steel.
make it all biceps and you just like deck them.
yeah.
Okay, but like it takes a lot more to go into a punch. You need to like stretch it out into waves where like you'd have to start with your back and like move it
Oh
forward.
my god!
You could like
this is like one of those My Hero like powers.
yeah,
Oh,
one of those
like,
weird
yeah.
like quirky ones where they're like, you think this is a limitation, but actually allowing me to store all of my energy in one place lets me I don't know, beat you somehow. I don't.
Well, you be the
full-in
ultimate
rants.
specialization. Like if you're swimming, if you're doing the professional swimming thing, you just put your shit in your arms.
Okay, but like one muscle group, I'm not sure. If
I
that's
guess
enough.
yeah. There are still a lot. Well,
And
you still
also,
have to-
like, you probably tear the shit out of every other muscle group in your body if one of them is operating at like.
is it like an
beyond
extreme
max.
where like all your other muscles are basically like useless?
Well, they
I
just
would say just
return
what
to
they
like
were.
whatever they were at.
So you- could
if
you
you were a
still-
bodybuilder, then you could have like super strength in like one part of your body and then build the rest. That would probably make getting
a good quote
fit
for that, then.
incredibly easily. Actually,
Because my hero's all
yeah.
about that, like getting buff in the first place. That makes you like
Yeah.
yeah.
Man, I'd say
I
so-
like my off-brand power.
No, that's a good one. So I'm gonna take a little spin on this. If like, say like in the very future, you can get superpowers, but it's like some like cyberpunk type stuff, right? So like, what if you had like there were like trial versions of superpowers? So say like I could have mind reading, but if I'm too poor and I can't afford the mind reading superpower, I get a trial version that like I would say I want to mind read on you, Matthew. You get like an audibly like there is a voice in your brain saying Holden is literally reading your mind right now. So
I
like,
feel like okay, that is still super useful, but for a whole different reason. Rather than like espionage tactics, that is just intimidation, 100%. Anytime you think someone's talking about you,
just being like, yeah, that
like
so
like
that-
like
Well,
someone.
Matthew's thinking of being a villain here. I can see.
Well, no, like that. Like if you're playing chess with someone, you can just do that while they're trying to.
okay, well, cheating in chess is a villainous
What if
thing
you
to do.
like? What if you got a whole bunch of people with the free trial version and followed someone around and just had them constantly receive just noise in their
So is
head?
it Black Mirror where they can mute people and like
No, but you can't mute it because otherwise then the pores might get superpowers for free. So you need to
Oh,
let
yeah,
people
yeah.
know so
they
they actually
exist.
disable people's ability to not hear when the free trials.
gotcha.
Let me hear
operation.
mine.
Yeah, what's yours?
I'm pretty sure this is a Rainbow Six character now. But like I'd be invisible, but only through like technology like phone cameras and like
Yeah,
Oh.
that's
sensors.
Vigil. It's Vigil from Rainbow Six.
Yeah, see, I knew it, but
Yeah, so you just like aren't pulled up in like an EMP or not an EMP.
or mirrors. How about that mirrors too, and like shit like that.
Oh, that'd be pretty crazy. That's like some like horror movie level, or no horror movie.
Well, you're
stuff where
just
you show up in
describing like a good
mirrors.
power. That's not off-brand. That's just quirky.
I guess
like you're invisible.
but like
but
like
only-
it's not like actually like I would still have to worry about guards
Like if
and
it's
shit.
off-brand, like you get some off-brand food. If it's like bad off-brand, you could be like, okay, I'm trading money for maybe intestinal distress or something like that. So like,
Okay,
what's your
yours only
drawback?
Works in if the security camera is not HD. If it's HD, it can just see you. If the security camera is HD. It
So,
can see
I'm
like-
imagining him being completely invisible at certain resolutions, and then it like ticks up to 1080.
So like you can
What even
only
is
rob,
HD? Is HD 720 or is HD 1080?
I think the standard rose at one point.
Well, because high definition is just like two words strung together.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a lot of
I don't
work.
know if
That's a lot of
720 is
things,
still
Daniel.
considered HD.
I want to go back to the days of 140p.
140p.
Yeah, that's what my computer could run. My computer was very bad, so I turned the resolution to 800 by 600 and watched most videos on
I
like.
can't even.
I think this
never
is
watched anything
genuinely
at
why I,
140p.
as an adult, really don't give a shit about graphics because like every computer I've used up until the one I've had now has been kind of shitty.
Okay, since mine's the last one's kind of broken. How about this? How about I'm invisible or like I would appear disguised, but it's like Hitman rules where like 10% of the people can recognize me, but I can also see that they can recognize me, so I can avoid them.
There's like
I
an
like that.
exclamation mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So, man, I think this has been a good little podcast episode. I think we bounced around a lot of
Oh, that was
topics
okay.
and stuff like that.
Same middle of the road.
Yeah, Matthew.
I thought we could have done better. Specifically, Matthew's
2 weeks from
portions.
now?
yeah,
I think Matthew could have been
could
funnier.
really
Actually,
have done a lot
actually.
better.
I think
3 months and 2 weeks from now, I'm going to stream myself ranking every episode of this podcast.
Okay,
All right.
I'm
Do
gonna,
it.
like,
Do
put
it.
down.
do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Well, freaking subscribe to Matthew. Are you gonna do it on
Subscribe
Twitch
and
or
remember.
I don't know. I'll figure it out as I go.
Okay, well, subscribe
All right.
to his YouTube channel that's linked in the description down below and under stuff. And constantly call him out. Literally send him emails and texts and
Send me death threats if you have
Kick-
to. Don't send me death threats. I'd rather not.
okay. Well, on that note, thanks for watching. See you guys next time.
Bye, y'all.
See, it's okay to claim someone to send you death threats because you're not even though you're advocating death threat sending, it's towards yourself.